Okay, we're rolling the cameras.
Are we really?
It's rolling.
Nothing's
Nothing's rolling. See, that's an old thing from Hollywood. When the film would be spinning on the wheel, they would be rolling, but there's no rolling here. We're just a bunch of liars. Roll the intro.
When the kids are counting sheep, when the kids go to sleep, dreams and memories, when the kids go to sleep.
Well, I'm loud and obnoxious. You know me. That's why you're here. Maybe you just stumbled on and you'll unsubscribe and never watch again. That's most likely what'll happen. Anyways, welcome to episode 165. When the kids go to sleep, we're back. We did it. We're back. We didn't not do one for 2 months.
Yes, we're back. We have a schedule now, guys. It's a real schedule. Like we're adults, kind of, maybe a little bit.
I will give that to the schooling system. At least it does get us on a schedule. You know, at least we do have some sort of itinerary about our lives.
Structure.
A little bit of here's and what's and when's and where's. You know what I'm saying? And it's nice. You know, I don't love schedules. I'm a kind of guy that doesn't feel like he wants to be tied down by a lot of obligations all the time. But it's kind of freeing when it's like this, I'm doing this, you know what you're doing.
It's a catch-22. It's freeing
But then it's like you want to escape the schedule. And that's why they have seasons. Now it's summertime and you get to not do anything if you don't want. You chubby couch lardo.
It's not summertime, though. We're starting the schedule.
Yeah. And listen.
The schedule is...
Maybe we should just change this to when the kids go to school because that's where all of ours are.
Oh, that's true.
Right now.
I mean...
And like I said at the beginning, we are liars. So this is school now. Good. We knew that was going to happen.
That's why it's just an acronym.
So we need instead of stars, we need buses.
And we need a new intro because it definitely says sleep.
Well, we'll just continue the lie, okay? You guys know.
You guys get it.
You're cool, right?
You're the ones that are like behind the scenes.
And I want to start getting the kids on the podcast a little bit more. Maybe, you know, like every 3 weeks or something, we could, you know, shoot a podcast in the night, in the evening. We could have a family fireside podcast. That would be fun. We said the same thing at the same time. We could get 7 microphones, 7 headphones.
That would be
Blake and Danny could run wires everywhere. And we could have us all like on a podcast. That could be fun.
That would be fun.
Really
I think
work
you guys
on
might
our
enjoy it.
Family issues.
Daxon will love the mic.
Dax will be kicked out in the first 5
Probably
minutes.
be kicked out.
Get out of here. You're a horrible podcast guest. So we like the podcast. It's fun to sit down, chat with you, get open in the minds, less edited format. You kind of get a better idea of who we are, I think. So I'm just acting like some of you are coming for the first time. Hopefully we are gaining more audience members.
Welcome if you're coming for the not first time.
Please tell your friends and family.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We got a lot to chat about on the agenda. Let's get right into our pop culture references. Boy, oh boy, Colin Kaepernick of the San Francisco 49er football team. Let's talk about it. Opinions, go.
I don't.
You don't know.
Oh, no, yeah, he didn't stand up for the national anthem. Is that right?
I don't know.
Yep.
That's what we're asking. Is it right?
Oh, This is a hard one. I don't know
What's
if I'm
your
ready.
opinion?
Teacher, can I go back to school?
I want your opinion.
I like how we now have one guy that we pick on every week. Last week it was Ryan.
I know.
Lipton.
I'm like, wait, aren't we like accepting?
This. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have all these like professional athletes after me. I'm like the most fit dudes in the world. I'm over here like ragging on, right?
Scary.
Hey, Colin, Ryan, bring your dogs.
I don't know. I guess I can see it both ways.
We should just make a segment called Victim of the Week.
Yeah.
Victim of the
and
week.
Yeah, we pick on, you know, rich athletes who have no, anyways.
Who have put themselves out there in the media somehow. What is your opinion? Because I don't know. I see both ways, so I haven't really formed my own, like, this is right and this is wrong thought.
My opinion is not vitriol towards Mr. Kaepernick.
Wait. That's a word I don't understand.
Anger.
Vitriol?
You know, I don't know. It's a big word for I ain't pissed at him.
It's kind of a cool word.
Tupac said it.
Vitriol.
Rest in peace. I ain't mad at you, Tupac. Here, a couple things. Okay, so I have fallen into this trap of being over patriotic at times. I remember getting in a big fight with one of my best friends, Jamie Jodorowsky, when he claimed that America was indeed not the best country in the world. And I was like, what? Jamie Jodorowsky? And we got in a fight about it because my grandpa, Colonel Eugene Haynes Butler, and my dad, who was served in the, reserves for 20 years, you're kind of raised in this like, America, you stamp that flag on your chest and you live and die red, white, and blue, America.
And I like when you get like that.
If you think about it and we suck out, pop, look at our lives, an eternal perspective, aren't we all God's children? And it's so funny that a majority of this really patriotic, like America or die sentiment comes from a majority of Christians, where aren't we taught that like we're all God's children and that like there are no borders and that the whole world is a place that God created for his children to live?
Well, wait a second. I feel like you can be America or bust attitude, but still being compassionate and accepting of other countries.
Right. Now, this doesn't necessarily fall in line of the conversation with Colin Kaepernick, with him not standing because of racism and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, when you start to get in these conversations about patriotism and free speech, and can you say, I'm not standing up for the flag, even though we're like, dude, you're in the country that we're all in the National Football League, National Football League. They pay your paychecks. This is the national anthem. It's like your boss's song. Just stand up, dude. Like, come on. It's like that's, you can feel that way, but then it's like, people get so angry about patriotism and you think about borders and like, those are all man-made things, right? Like we have all said, this is our land. You're different. We don't know you or where you came from or your beliefs or that gross food you're always cooking. It smells funny. You stay on that side of the line and we'll stay on this side of the line. Everything should be okay. Is that what he wanted for us?
You're so cute when you explain things.
So Colin Kaepernick, I think, can sit down if he wants, but I don't know, what was my point?
Well, I think you had a great point. I mean, it's about your perspective, really. Like, are we all going to be open-hearted or are we all going to be closed-hearted? I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess a final comment is like, if you want to stand up for something, like there's a lot better causes than like what did the national anthem do to you? It didn't.
Well, that's not the idea.
Anyways, I know, but I guess it's like you don't want to stand for a thing that represents, but it's so unfair. It's like a kid at the playground where there's one jerk and he's like, I'm taking my ball and going home because that guy can't be nice. It's like, yeah, there is racism and we have to, acknowledge that. But it doesn't, I don't know. And now I'm getting into what? You're cringing.
I don't know, because it's hard because I can see where he's coming from. Like, if he really feels passionate about this cause and that, if it's America that is oppressing, but I feel like it's hard to separate people from America. Like, there are people in America that are oppressive, but is America I don't know.
We're at a tipping point. I think we're at a tipping point with this election, with, all of the, let's come back to that word, vitriol that, is felt in the atmosphere with, all these people. I think it's a good thing, though. I feel like we are growing in a way that, like, we're actually talking, now. And whether you like Donald Trump or not, I think he has helped with that. Anyways, I don't think we wanted to go down this path. Because this is just like the news cycle. This is like CNN and Fox, and it's like an everlasting debate that doesn't end. I guess the ultimate point is, what's Danny saying?
Who cares if he stood or sat?
Yeah.
If he wasn't ready to stand right then, I mean, it matters to whoever it matters, but it shouldn't be like
But to me,
bother people.
Like the news cycle is like, oh, good. There's something to talk about. And there's this whole strategy that I think some people have, and I'm not saying that Colin Kaepernick is doing this, but any publicity is good publicity, right? Where it's like, I think Donald Trump does that sometimes, where it's like you just purposely say some crazy stuff that you know is going to get a lot of people's feathers riled up.
Isn't that his MO?
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden now it's like everybody is talking about you. And if everybody's talking about you, you can charge a lot more for whatever the services you are providing. So all of a sudden,
That's true.
maybe Colin Kaepernick's not playing for the Niners anymore, but a failing team that's like, hey, we could use that publicity. We'll pay you this giant salary to come over here. You know, it's like that mentality where any publicity is good publicity. Or maybe he is just passionate about, you know, trying to end racism in America, and that's his answer. And if that's his thing that he's doing to try to end a bad thing, then who are we to say that it's wrong?
Right.
So
that's
we should
kind of how
all
I feel. It's like,
try to do something, even if you disagree with the thing that somebody's doing to try
to do something.
to end something bad.
Like, notice that that's the whole goal behind it. It's
And
not,
that's more important than saying, well, you should do something that's more important, which I obviously was just guilty of. So I think we wrapped it up nicely there.
Politics were scary.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do a few questions, and then we're going to get to a few things. We asked on Twitter, as we are prone to do via video, using our faces, voices, and
Now
words.
all I can hear in my head is vitriol. Vitriol.
Don't be so vitriolic, Colette. Are you
Vitriolic?
still planning to build the
Are you
rings?
a vitriolic?
Yes, I need to talk to Casey. He did give me some rings.
He gave you some rings.
I would really
Bring it
like
up.
to. Dude, if I had those rings, I think I'd be in a lot better shape. Because
Well-
I would be out there every day just swinging.
I think it would be
Like a monkey.
fun. We'll get him. We'll get him.
Dude, here's a question from Allie, who it's ass yas YouTube. Whoops, did I just swear? I didn't put the Y in there. How do you feel about Gavin becoming a teenager in December? Listen, didn't we say that kids get social media accounts when they turn 13?
We did say
Can
that.
we put an amendment on that?
Well,
You have to be 13 and be able to do 100 push-ups consecutively
here's the
to
thing.
get a
It's
Twitter
like,
account.
so, I mean, we haven't really discussed this. Like,
And it's coming up.
It's coming up.
4 months.
Does that mean it's going to be a public account or is it going to be private?
Maybe we start with a private
That's
account.
what I think. I don't know.
You know, it's just friends and family. And if he behaves on there, like, what's he going to do, though?
Well, here's the thing is like, it's different for our kids than it
Yeah.
is for most kids. Like, this is kind of a business for them. This is like the whole Shaytards community is going to want to follow them. And it's something that they have to be very aware of and understand how to.
I'm terrified of that. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't want, obviously, to force them into this. Like, this is our business. This is going to be your business. I want, and we're not doing that, obviously. Like, we're not like forcing them to make videos and stuff. But even to the extent of they see us and what we do, and they want to be like us. And so I think that just will lead them to do exactly what we're doing. So I almost feel like you want to, wow. I had an idea the other day about the vlogs and about like what we're going to do with our kids in social media. Should we talk about it?
Did you tell me?
No.
Because I don't know what he's going to say right now, you guys.
It's just an idea.
I don't know. We
It's
should
a
talk
plan.
about it.
It's a 2-year plan.
I don't know. If you feel you want to talk about it, let's talk about it.
I mean, episode 165 could be the seed that sparks this 2-year plan that I really want to
2-year
embark on.
plan.
I'm excited to talk about this.
Okay.
So here's the 2-year
I'm
plan.
nervous.
Well, there's a couple different options. Starting March 5th, my birthday coming, when I turn 37 years old, we commit to 1 more year of daily vlogs.
Every single day?
365 more daily vlogs
Okay.
starting March 5th. And then after that, 365 days, we are going to take a 1-year social media sabbatical and say bye-bye for 1 year.
That seems like social media suicide.
Boom, boom, boom.
Suicide.
The drama.
It does, right?
And here's the thing. We take a year off and we don't do the social media thing. We build barns and we grow gardens and we take our kids around the world and we talk to them. And then after that year, we ask them, do you want to have a YouTube channel? And if they do, after that year, Gavin will be 14, Avi will be 12, 13. They can have their own channels. But we have a year where we're not on it. We're not anything. Like I want I need that for my life. I feel like with after Maker sold and we came back to Idaho, I just felt like, I don't know, like, what do I do now? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like I'm just like, not sputtering along, but I don't have any purpose. I don't have a plan. I'm just like, well, let's just keep doing this, like, so I just want to like pause, like all this crazy stuff has happened. And I feel like we have not even yet been able to sit down and just be like, wow, that's crazy. It's like, it's just been this roller coaster of, and I try to stay motivated by starting more businesses, so I started a clothing company, and it's like, I just feel like I want to have this moment where I'm like, what do I really want to do?
Redirect your purpose, find your purpose again.
And so it's like, and I almost feel obligated to be like one more year, because it's like then people will ease into it a little easier, because I think people will freak out. I wanted to say this October was going to be the beginning, because that is the month that we started the Shaytards channel. Mm-hmm. The very first Shaytards video ever is in October of 2008, I think. Can you look at that real quick? Just go to videos on the Shaytards channel and then go to oldest and see when the very first Shaytards video was made. And then I was thinking of going daily vlogs 1 year from...
I feel like if you, like, why put yourself through that stress of doing a video every day for a year if you don't know what you want to do? Like, why don't you just start, take October a break 2nd. Now and figure out what you want to do, instead of putting yourself through a year of daily vlogs when you know that, like, that's really, really hard.
Here's what I would change the daily vlogs. I feel, I can't say this because I feel like we are...
Hold on. Okay. Can I say something? We're having a very, very open conversation right now. I have not heard about this yet.
Yeah.
So I know people are going to be like, Shay, you said you would do this and you did this. This is an open conversation.
Yeah. We're
Nothing's being decided right now. This is just like throwing thoughts in there. Let's mull over this for a minute.
I still like doing the vlogs. I don't mind doing the vlogs. I feel disingenuous doing the vlogs sometimes because I don't feel like we are as open as we used to be, because I feel this major sense of fear because everybody thinks that we have all this money now. And so,
well, and not only that, it's like, okay, our kids are getting older. Like, I get afraid of that. I get afraid of them going into this world and not being ready and not, you know?
So I don't know why the year. I guess I say I guess I have more obligations that I have to fulfill in the next like couple months. So I feel like if I said I'm going to accomplish everything that I want to accomplish, like in my vlogging career over the next 365 days, I don't know. It just feels like a good, like, I want to get it out of my system. I want to have one last year where we make, and I would focus on the vlogs being awesome. I would think I have 365 chances. Because what if after this year, I'm like, I'm done. What
do you feel like right now?
I feel like I want to take this time off. I like this idea. I when I hiked the mountain the other day, I had this idea. But you want to take
a whole year first before you take time off?
No, I want to do a year of vlogs, and then I want to just take a year off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you want to take a whole year before you take time off. Like, I feel like you need time off.
No, I need to feel like I am making things that, I don't know. I mean, maybe I do, yeah. And maybe the only reason I'm saying that I will do the year is so I don't have like major backlash from these fine folks. But that's the other thing is like, am I lying to myself in saying that I will be able to take a year off? Because that gives me major anxiety to think about stopping right now. To be able to think, to be able to be like, okay, that is a temptation of where I'm like, I want to get on an airplane and just like disappear for a while and just sit down and just have a moment to like, you know, I just feel like I have to, this ball has just been rolling and I have to keep it rolling and all these things going. It's like,
that's why I feel like if you seriously took a month where you did not post or do anything, just bear with me for a second. This is not happening right now, you guys. I'm just saying, if you did that, because when you went camping and you didn't have any service, like you were a different person. When you called me on the phone that day and you were just like, there was this sense of like freedom that you had that you haven't had or I haven't noticed in you for a while. So I feel like, why wouldn't you be able to just take a month and tell yourself, I have no obligations online. I am taking this month to discover within myself what I want. And after the month, I have no obligation to like continue the way I was. After the month, I'll see where I'm at and what I want to do. If I need another month, I'm going to take it. If I don't, and I have an idea and a plan and a goal, like maybe that will spark a new like regenerative.
Because I think if you want to talk about social media suicide, I think that's social media suicide.
Taking a month off?
Yeah. I think if you...
But you're going to take a year off.
It's different though. And you have to
Is it different?
You have to just like take my word for it as a person who's been doing this for 10 years and has watched people come and go. It is different. It's all about how it's structured. Because if we do 365 videos, it's like me saying I'm going to train for a marathon. If I say I have this year of vlogs left, I'm going to kill it on those 365 videos. And our audience and the views will grow exponentially. And then we will be at our highest point ever when we stop the videos. And then it's like we take a year, and during that year, I just know myself, I'm going to create something that I've never created before, whether it's a movie or a family music group or who knows. But that's how I feel would work better for me. I like that plan. But I feel like if I just said I'm going to take a month off, then I come back and it's like, I don't feel like I can figure anything out in a month. I'm going to come back and be like, okay, vlogs are back. Hey, remember me? Watch my vlogs. And people are like, yeah, whatever, dude. You're gone. I don't know. Maybe you disagree.
I do.
Maybe you disagree. Anyways, okay. So let's go to some more questions we only got 2 more minutes.
2 minutes for 1 questions. Okay. Yeah. What's your favorite Hamilton song?
Is it funny that I don't like the soundtrack as much after we saw it?
Really?
It's not that it's not good.
You want to be there and see it again?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense.
And that original cast, it's like so much.
They're so good.
Was like conveyed on stage and like through their person. It's like I listen to it, I'm like, it's less for me now. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Hamilton, don't go see it. Just listen to it. It's great. It's great. All right. Well, listen, thank you for joining us. Episode 165, where we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do with our lives in the open right in front of you.
It's kind of fun. Are you guys scared? Are they like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Yep. And then I also feel too that people, it's like, oh, poor Shay. Like he has it so hard. Like he has to make But it's like, that's what the purpose of the podcast is like, to be everybody open. Does this. Everybody's trying to like, well, what am I going to do with my life? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of, what we're trying to figure out here. So,
and I think
we appreciate you being a fly on the wall. Yeah.
I think that, people understand that you can have those moments in life where it's like you want something different and it's okay.
Wait, scroll down. Look at this question. No, go down a little bit the other way. Other way. Right here. Would you consider a camera strapped to each kid at school with mics and earpieces and be their eyes and ears? That would actually... Because I've told Gavin, like, I wish I could just go into your body and like talk for you sometimes. Like when he tells me things, like interactions that happen at school, like things that teachers say to him and stuff. I wish I could be like, say this. But that would be a funny hidden camera video if we had like, we could like have an earpiece and like tell Avia what to say as she's walking through the hallway.
That would be
definitely get her in trouble.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Maybe after my year off, we'll do that.
I'm sure the kids would love that.
It would be funny to see. I bet you they would do a good job.
They would
too.
be like, sweet.
Or they would get embarrassed. Anyways, okay, thanks for joining us. We're out of here. Join us next time, episode 166. Do not forget to download it for free on iTunes. I'm Jedi mind tricking you. Download it for free.
That's what this means.
On iTunes. Leave us a nice compliment, a nice comment, a thumbs up. All right, see you next time.
Bye.
We'll stay up, just you and I, and we'll talk about our pretty life when the kids go to sleep.